Let's start, though, with another unfolding American disaster, the wildfires that have charred lots of land in Northern California. At least 23 people have died. Hundreds more are either missing or unaccounted for, as thousands more scramble out of their homes for safety. Many of those affected in California speak only Spanish, and for them, radio station KBBF has been a vital source of information.
Buenos días, ¿con quién hablamos?
Hola, buenos días.
Sí, ¿con quién hablamos?
Aire, estoy hablando de por acá por San Francisco. Nada más mi pregunta es, no han dicho como a qué horas podemos regresar ya para Santa Rosa.
Todavía no hay
KBBF is a bilingual community radio station serving the Sonoma and Napa Valleys. What you just heard was from Monday morning. At 9, Hugo Mata went on the air for his weekly one-hour show, Nuestra Tierra. His show is about environmental issues. Hugo Mata is an environmental educator, but on Monday he was the go-to source for information about the fires. Hugo, thanks very much for being here. What were you thinking when you went on the air on Monday?
Thank you, Marco. What was I thinking? Well, I had my show ready, but I didn't know what to expect, though, because I was also on an area that might have to be evacuated. But when I got there, I started getting a lot of phone calls on the show, and they wanted to know the status of the fires. So everything that I had ready for the show was completely changed, and we opened the mics.
Yeah, I mean, at this point on Monday, there were like at least 30 fires all over Northern California. What were people's concerns?
Many of those fires were so unexpected for many people. Some of the phone calls that we got, for example, they were saying that they only had like 2 or 3 minutes to react because there was no time for them to gather anything. So it was almost immediate. A lot of people lost their houses and they didn't take anything with them.
And these were people calling in. They were Spanish speakers. They were trying to get this information from you in Spanish, correct?
That is a really good point, though. Up to that point, the only information out there was completely in English. There's a local radio station that was basically 24/7 providing information in English, but there was nobody else providing information in Spanish. So KBBF basically just started on Monday morning, and we just kept going. We started making contact with the different departments, the Sheriff's Department, CAL FIRE, all of those different entities, and provided all this information in Spanish.
Hugo, many of us are familiar with Napa, Sonoma. It's wine country, that there are also a lot of farm workers and immigrant communities there. Just how diverse is the area?
It's a very diverse area. Sonoma County, last time I checked, is about 28 to 29% of the community is Latino, Spanish-speaking. A big percentage of them speak Spanish. Napa County is very similar. They have about 25% of the population is Spanish-speaking. So a need for this type of information on their language is really, really important.
So quite diverse, but how divided is this area? Are you seeing one group of people who speak English and are getting emergency information in a timely way, and another group that doesn't speak English and are, frankly, behind the curve in terms of safety?
You know, it's interesting because they did a really great job of creating at least one way where they can provide this information in Spanish. They created this phone number where people can text their zip code. And then almost immediately they will get information, not only in English, but also in Spanish, at least some information.
What's the situation with shelters? Are there shelters where, farm workers can go?
You know, this is an excellent question, and I just got off the air for a second to do this interview. We are hearing from all of the different centers, the support that they're getting from the community, the volunteer team that they have. They're in need of different supplies, and there's many shelters throughout Sonoma County and also Napa County where people can still go if they have to be evacuated. Each one of the cities has at least 7 or 8 shelters that are open, and they're still receiving more people.
I'm hearing, though, that some Spanish-speaking people there are worried about seeking help in the shelters. Can you explain why that is?
Yes, there is a huge rumor that all of the people that are going to the shelters, they're afraid that their information is going to be shared with the ICE department or with other federal agencies, which is not true. So that is the biggest thing that we're moving right now. It's safe. They're safe shelters. When people go in there, all they are asked for is their names, the areas they were evacuated from, because they want to keep a record of who was displaced so that they don't have to put him on the list of missing people. This morning at 9:30, the Sheriff's Department gave an announcement that more than 900 people were reported missing. They've already found about 450 of them, almost half. So registering when they go to these different shelters helps because they need to know who's there.